Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. In this video I want to do something a little bit different. I want to bring you guys on a photo shoot. Yes, I'm going to get my Canon 5D and I'm going to get a mounting bracket and I'm going to mount a camera or my phone, not sure which one yet, on top of it and bring you guys with me on the shoot. Now obviously it is going to be edited, bits are going to be taken out because otherwise it would just be too long. And frankly I don't think really anyone wants to sit there and watch a 2-hour shoot. So it'll probably be edited down to maybe 15-20 minutes, 10 minutes. So I'm running a little bit late to be fair, so let's go. There we go. Can come to the middle of it. That's it. Stay there. Oh, hang on, Sean, there's someone just... Sorry. That's alright, don't worry. Happens, don't worry. Sorry, can you move your back, Shan? I'll just actually bring it here. Pass it here a minute. Yeah, I will. That's it. And then go and stand back in the middle again. So I'm using a 1/250 f4 ISO 1000. I'm shooting with the 75-300, which is an f4 to an f5. So, a pretty dark lens. But you do get pretty nice compression, fully zoomed in. At 300, it is as if you're using a smaller aperture lens closer up. I do have a 50 with me, but I probably won't be using it. Now the only problem with shooting outside, as you've probably already seen, is people walk past, so you then have to stop. And wait for people to go past, which just happens. I think we'll change the locations now. Right, do you want to go and stand over there then? Up against the, that's it, yeah, just leave that there. So, change locations now, but I'm overexposed by a fair few stops on the camera. Let's bring that down actually, so you guys can see exactly the lens. So I'm going to bring the ISO down from 1000 to, we'll go with 500. I like 500, that seems nice. Doesn't seem too high or too low. I'm keeping the rest of the settings the same, so I'm still shooting at an f4, but the main reason I've had to change the ISO is because we're now shooting in direct sunlight, which isn't really ideal, but it's what we have, so we have to work with it. Go to Whoops, that's nearly just knocked my phone out. So as you can hear, I'm actually using burst mode for majority of these shots, just because I'm working with an experienced model and she changes poses quite quickly, and I've also got a really high burst rate and shutter speed, so it's a lot easier for me to get them shots when I need to. Now the benefits of working with an f4 lens like this one is the fact that it's really easy to get things into focus because it's got such a low f number, so everything is basically in focus apart from the out of focus areas, obviously, which is obviously behind the model. So we get nice compression. I'm going to move back even more, just because, oops, I slipped over there, just because I want to get just the head, kind of a head shot. There we go. Now the only problem is with this lens, which I've said many times, is that it hasn't got image stabilization, so it is quite hard to keep things stable. So because of its no image stabilization and you know, it's got a quite a small aperture, quite a big aperture, sorry, it's quite shaky, even though I've got this camera on top here, what you guys are watching it through, that is optical image stabilized. This is really shaky through my viewfinder. So yeah, let's go to another location. So I've changed my settings yet again, 1/2000th of a second, still at f4 and ISO 250, still using the same lens, 75-300. I'm actually going to increase my ISO back to 500, I think, because that shot I just took was quite underexposed and just not very nice. So I think that I'll just wait for these people, this mother and child, to go past. Come forward. Can you come forward? Keep coming. So as I said, I'm still using an f4, which is still quite a dark lens, but even in the, you know, this direct sunlight, it's still quite bright, and it's quite a nice lens to use. I do enjoy model photography and portraiture and street stuff like this. I do find it really quite nice. Oh. Well, that's on camera forever, isn't it? To be fair, the 75-300 is a really good budget portrait lens. I'm going to go in a little bit closer just to get a little bit more depth of field and compression behind the model. changing sides a bit. You don't have to always go to 300 to get that compression on this lens. Stuff wider can look really, really nice at wider angles. You just don't have that compression there to kind of back it up in a way. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.